Hey there, I'm Felicia from Compass Land USA, your go-to resource for great deals on rural and vacant land. I have a question for you. Are you trying to invest in land but can't get a land loan approved by a bank? In this video, we're going to go over why your bank isn't giving you the money. So let's say you've gone through and submitted a loan application, it keeps getting denied, you've tried a couple different financial institutions, you're just getting no's across the board. Why can't you get that bank financing? Here are some possible reasons. Poor credit. Your credit score and credit history can impact your ability to get a loan, and lenders may be less likely to lend to borrowers with a poor credit history. Insufficient income is another reason. Lenders are going to look at your income and debt to income ratio when deciding whether or not to give you money. If your income is insufficient to support the loan, or if you have too many other payments going on, you're going to have big difficulty in getting financing. Lack of collateral is another reason. Land isn't always considered to be sufficient collateral for a loan because there's nothing on it, right? And land values typically don't fluctuate as much as other forms of real estate. So if the land value is not currently high in the eyes of the lender and there are no structures on it, you're going to have a lot of difficulty in getting that loan secured. They're probably going to ask you provide additional collateral, such as a mortgage on a home or other assets in order to get that loan. Limited financing options, another reason. Some lenders may not offer financing for land purchases or have stricter requirements for different types of loans. Market conditions is another reason. If the market for real estate and land is weak, lenders will be less likely to lend for land purchases as they may view the risk to be too high at that moment. In general, higher risk is another reason. Land loans are higher risk than traditional mortgages because the value of that raw, undeveloped land is less predictable. Additionally, land may not generate income until it's developed, which can make it more difficult for the borrower to repay the loan. Finally, intended land use. Lenders don't like to hear, I'm buying this as an investment, or I'm buying it to camp on. The intended land use matters a lot to banks. If you're going to immediately build a home and you can prove it with the blueprints and permits and everything's in place, you're probably going to be okay. But other uses like camping, RVing, four-wheeling, recreation are much less likely to be approved. Another way for you to fund your land purchase, if you keep trying these banks and financial institutions, they're not working for you, is seller financing. Seller financing, we touched on before, is when the buyer and seller of a property work out the sale agreements themselves via a land contract, and a bank or financial institution is not involved. This can be a great option for land buyers that maybe don't meet the credit score or don't have the down payment required for a regular land loan. My company, Compass Land USA, offers seller financing on almost all of our properties. We don't do credit checks, and there's no prepayment penalty. You often get 3 different financing plans to choose from. When buying property directly from the seller, using seller financing, both parties again are going to sign a land contract, and this is a legal document that records the sale of the lot and any other agreements between the buyer and seller. So when you finance a property directly through the seller, it's important to note that you don't technically hold legal title until you pay off the loan. I'm going to say that again. When you finance a property directly through the seller, you don't actually have ownership until you have paid off the loan. If you are financing a property and the sale is going through a title company, very different story. The title company acts as a third party and manages that transaction. So as the third party, they give the buyer title at the beginning of the owner financing schedule, and they kind of work as a mediator to make sure you make your payments to the seller. Now, if you don't make those payments, the title company will issue a lien automatically against your property, and they're going to give that lien to the seller. And that'll cause a lot of title issues for you down the road. So we won't get into that here. Bottom line, pay off your loan when you are supposed to, and you won't run into any problems. One other note about these seller financing situations is that sellers are entitled to enforce any personal restrictions or requirements that they want to include. So it's important to work with someone who is reputable and make sure you know the exact terms of your agreement. I hope you found this helpful. So there are a lot of different reasons why your land loan might not get approved, but at least now you know of the reasons why, perhaps. And you also know a bit more about seller financing if you don't want to go through a traditional financial institution. If you want to purchase one of our properties for sale with owner financing, call or text us anytime, 313-349-0434, and we'll be happy to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you're the very first to know when a land blog video or custom property tour video is published. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.